Have you ever wondered why a man's strength seems to change so quickly? One day you feel full of energy, yet only a few years later everything appears to slow down. The excitement fades, the body no longer reacts with the same sharpness, and even intimate moments gradually turn into a challenge. Many people believe this is the fate of aging, that once you pass 40 or 50, everything can only decline. But is that truly the case? There is a truth few people expect. Not every change comes from age itself. Often the cause lies in small deficiencies in the way we nourish our bodies. And the strange thing is that to restore this strength, you do not need expensive medicine, you do not need chemical formulas from faraway labs, nor do you need to search in distant places. The secret sometimes lies right in your own kitchen, in the spices you use every day, small in appearance but carrying an unbelievable power. If used correctly, just 2 seemingly ordinary seeds can become the key that opens a new door to your health and confidence. They have been used for hundreds of years in traditional medicine, and today modern science begins to confirm their effects as real. But the most important thing is not just their names, it is how you prepare them, when you consume them, and the discipline with which you listen to your body. On this journey, I will take you from scientific explanations to the secrets of each seed, then to their combination, their ritual, and even the positions that can change your intimate experience. Stay until the end, because the most important part is not at the beginning of the story. It waits for you in the final section where every piece comes together to form a complete picture of masculine strength. Strength does not vanish overnight. It fades slowly, almost imperceptibly, until one day a man realizes that his body no longer answers the way it once did. What was once natural becomes difficult. What once lasted now shortens. And what once filled him with confidence now awakens doubt. This quiet decline is not a mystery of fate. It is a process that science has studied and explained. One of the first forces at play is the gradual decrease of testosterone. This hormone shapes vitality, muscle mass, stamina, and desire. As years pass, levels fall, and with them comes fatigue, loss of muscle tone, weaker erections, and a muted spark in intimacy. Alongside this is a decline in blood circulation. Arteries stiffen, vessels narrow, and the flow of blood that once surged freely becomes restricted. Without rich circulation, the body struggles to sustain strength where it matters most. Oxidative stress adds another invisible weight. Free radicals accumulate, damaging the delicate lining of blood vessels and nerve cells. This damage is subtle yet relentless, eroding performance from within. The nervous system, which should transmit signals of arousal and control, becomes dulled. Reflexes slow, control slips, and confidence falters. But biology is not the only story. The mind plays a role just as powerful. Performance anxiety, fear of failure, and the silent pressure to satisfy can suffocate desire before it has the chance to grow. The body may still be capable, yet the mind convinces it otherwise. And in this tension, moments of connection become shorter, less fulfilling, overshadowed by worry. Digestion also leaves its mark. A heavy stomach, gas, acidity, all can distract and weaken the body at critical moments. These signals may seem minor, but they are proof that the system is out of balance. When digestion is poor, absorption of essential nutrients suffers, leaving the body deficient in minerals and vitamins that fuel stamina and control. What emerges is not a single cause, but a web of interconnected weaknesses. Hormones falling, circulation slowing, oxidative damage rising, nerves misfiring, digestion struggling, and the mind caught in anxiety. Together they weave the pattern of decline that so many men face, often in silence. Yet the message is clear. These changes are not irreversible sentences. They are signals calling for attention, signs that the body seeks balance, nourishment, and restoration. And just as science explains the decline, it also points towards solutions. Natural compounds that relax blood vessels, antioxidants that fight free radicals, rituals that calm the mind, and foods that restore digestion. Hidden within the simplest of spices lies the potential to answer this call. The decline of inner strength is real, but it is not the end. It is the body asking for renewal. And those who learn to listen may discover that vitality is not lost with age. It is waiting to be rekindled. Throughout history, people have looked to nature not only for survival, but for vitality. What we now call functional foods are those simple gifts of the earth that do more than fill the stomach. They act inside the body as medicine, adjusting balance, supporting organs, protecting against decay. Spices especially have held a unique place. Though small and often overlooked, they carry concentrated oils and compounds that can influence circulation, digestion, and even mood. Science today recognizes that certain foods contain bioactive molecules with pharmacological effect. Polyphenols, flavonoids, essential oils, antioxidants. These are not merely flavors, they are chemical messengers. They move through blood vessels, interact with enzymes, and change the way cells behave. A single clove or seed may contain dozens of such molecules, each one playing a role in restoring the delicate harmony that keeps us alive. Cardamom, for instance, has been valued in ancient traditions for calming the stomach and refreshing the breath, but deeper study shows it relaxes blood vessels and enhances flow. Clove, known for its strong aroma, hides eugenol, a compound with remarkable antioxidant and circulatory benefits. When used with care, these spices are not just seasonings, they are silent medicine. Modern nutrition often focuses on calories, proteins, fats, but vitality is more than fuel. It is the subtle interplay of trace elements, micronutrients, and plant compounds that guide our inner systems. Functional foods remind us that eating is not only about energy, it is about information. Every spice, every fruit, every seed delivers messages to the body, instructing it to heal, to resist, to adapt. This is why the path to restoring male strength does not always lie in laboratories or costly supplements. Sometimes it lies in remembering that food and medicine were once the same, that the kitchen and the apothecary were born together. By seeing spices as allies, we uncover a truth both ancient and modern. Within the ordinary lies the extraordinary, waiting to be recognized and used with wisdom. When you look at cardamom, you may see nothing more than a small green pod, a spice often crushed into desserts or boiled with tea. Yet inside that tiny shell lies a reservoir of essential oils and compounds that have fascinated both healers of the past and researchers of today. Cardamom has been called the queen of spices, not only for its fragrance, but for its power to influence the inner systems of the body in ways that few expect. The science begins with its oils. Cineol, terpenol, acetate, and limonene are the dominant molecules, and each plays a role in the complex orchestra of human physiology. Cineol relaxes the smooth muscles of blood vessels, widening the channels through which blood flows. When circulation improves, oxygen reaches deeper into tissues, and in men this means a stronger and more sustained performance. Terpenyl acetate brings anti-inflammatory qualities, reducing the silent irritation that can weaken stamina. Limonene contributes by calming the digestive system, ensuring that heaviness and bloating do not steal comfort during intimate moments. For centuries, cardamom was valued in traditional medicine systems for digestive health. A small pod chewed after a meal lightens the stomach, eases gas, and refreshes the breath. These effects are not merely cosmetic. When digestion is clear, the body is free to direct energy towards circulation and nerve activity. When the gut is heavy, vitality sinks. In this way, cardamom acts as a gatekeeper, keeping the body free from burdens that erode confidence and endurance. But the mystery of cardamom does not end there. Antioxidants hidden in its oils combat oxidative stress, that unseen erosion caused by free radicals. Oxidative stress damages vessels, weakens nerves, and accelerates aging. By neutralizing these radicals, cardamom preserves the integrity of the very structures required for strength and clarity. A man who integrates this spice into his life is not simply seasoning food, he is fortifying his cells against decline. Modern research also notes cardamom's ability to regulate blood pressure and support metabolic balance. In an age where hypertension and insulin resistance silently weaken countless men, this small spice offers a shield. It does not replace medical care, but it complements it by aligning the body with nature's rhythm. The aroma that rises when a pod is crushed is not only pleasant, it signals the release of compounds that guide vessels to relax, the heart to beat with ease, and the mind to settle. Practical use is simple yet requires care. 2 pods, lightly crushed and chewed, allow the oils to mix with saliva and enter the bloodstream gradually. When taken before intimacy, they prepare the body by opening circulation and easing tension. Unlike synthetic stimulants that force the body into unnatural states, cardamom works gently, aligning with natural processes. Its effect is subtle at first, but with consistency, it builds a foundation of resilience. However, like all powerful tools, cardamom demands respect. Too much can irritate the stomach, cause loose bowels, or disrupt balance. Moderation is key. For most men, a small amount is sufficient, a reminder that nature delivers power not through excess, but through precision. The body is not a machine to be overloaded. It is a living system that responds best to harmony. Cardamom also carries a symbolic role. To take time in preparing and consuming it can become a ritual, a way of signaling to the mind that the moment ahead deserves care. The act of crushing a pod, chewing slowly, and feeling the warmth spread is more than ingestion. It is preparation, aligning body and mind toward confidence. In this way, cardamom bridges the physical and the psychological, giving not only circulation but also calmness. So when we speak of cardamom, we are not speaking of a kitchen spice alone. We are speaking of a seed that connects tradition and science, digestion and circulation, body and mind. It is the first secret in our journey, the green guardian that quietly restores what time attempts to take away. And it prepares the stage for the second seed, darker in color, stronger in flavor, carrying its own mystery of endurance and renewal. If cardamom is the gentle hand that calms and prepares, clove is the spark that ignites endurance. At first glance, it looks insignificant, a small dried bud from a tree that grows in tropical climate. Yet hidden within its fragile shape is one of the most potent natural oils known to medicine. For centuries, clove has been prized in cooking, rituals, and healing. Its aroma is sharp, almost fiery, and that same fire runs through the body when it is consumed with care. The essence of clove is a compound called eugenol. This natural oil has been studied for its remarkable effects on circulation and vitality. Eugenol relaxes blood vessels, improves the flow of oxygen, and strengthens the rhythm of the heart. When circulation is improved, the body responds with warmth, resilience, and the ability to endure longer. For men struggling with fatigue or rapid loss of stamina, this simple spice acts as a steady anchor. It does not work with the violence of synthetic stimulants. It works with balance, enhancing what the body already holds. Clove is also one of the richest sources of antioxidants. Oxidative stress is one of the silent destroyers of male performance. Free radicals accumulate, damaging cells and draining energy. Antioxidants in clove neutralize these radicals, reducing inflammation, protecting nerves, and preserving energy reserves. When the nerves are strong, control improves. When inflammation is reduced, muscles and tissues respond with greater efficiency. In this way, clove touches both the physical and the neurological, creating a foundation for endurance that lasts beyond minutes or hours. The benefits extend further. Traditional healers observe that clove warms the stomach, relieves indigestion, and reduces bloating. Modern science confirms this effect. A comfortable digestive system allows the body to devote more energy to performance rather than discomfort. Many men underestimate how much digestive heaviness contributes to fatigue in intimate moments. A body free of such burdens moves more freely and responds with greater sensitivity. How then should clove be used? The answer lies in simplicity. One method is to chew 2 buds slowly before intimacy. As the oils mix with saliva, they enter the bloodstream within minutes, activating circulation and awakening the nervous system. Another method is to brew clove tea. Place 2 or 3 buds in a cup of hot water, let them steep for 10 minutes, then drink slowly. This draws out the full strength of eugenol, creating a gentle warmth that spreads through the body. Taken in the evening, it prepares both mind and body for calm yet sustained connection. But here, caution must be observed. Clove is powerful, and power demands respect. Taken in excess, it can irritate the lining of the stomach, increase acidity, and cause a burning sensation. 6 or 7 buds at once may seem harmless, yet they can lead to discomfort, even nausea. Moderation is essential. 2 buds, sometimes 3, are sufficient. Anything more may turn medicine into burden. The science of clove also carries warnings for specific conditions. Those who take blood-thinning medications such as aspirin or warfarin must avoid clove because eugenol naturally thins the blood. For men with ulcers or severe gastric inflammation, clove may worsen the irritation. Those with very low blood pressure may feel dizziness or weakness after consumption. These are not flaws in the spice, but reminders that even natural medicine must be matched carefully to the individual body. Still, for healthy men, especially those over 40, clove can be a remarkable ally. It not only strengthens performance, it also helps delay premature release. Many men report that they once could not control beyond 2 minutes, but with regular and mindful use of clove, they extended to 8 or even 10 minutes. The reason is clear. Clove fortifies the nerves, giving them greater resilience. When paired with the calming effect of cardamom, this creates a natural balance between stimulation and control. One excites, the other soothes. Together they form harmony. There is also a psychological dimension. The act of preparing clove before intimacy becomes a ritual. This ritual signals the mind to slow down, to focus, to expect strength rather than failure. Anxiety, one of the greatest enemies of performance, begins to fade. Confidence takes its place. A man who enters intimacy with calm assurance often finds that half the battle is already won. His partner senses the change, feels more relaxed, and the experience deepens for both. Clove, then, is more than a spice. It is a bridge between tradition and science, between body and mind. It demonstrates that endurance is not simply about force, but about balance, control, and awareness. With its fiery aroma and hidden oils, it awakens what is dormant, protects what is fragile, and sustains what is fading. Used wisely, it becomes a quiet companion, guiding men toward vitality that does not rely on pills or artificial aids. The lesson is simple yet profound. True strength does not need to shout. It can come from the smallest of buds, carried through centuries of wisdom, confirmed by modern science, and waiting patiently in the palm of your hand. Clove reminds us that endurance is not a gift given once and lost forever. It is a flame that can be rekindled as long as we know where to look and how to honor the spark. Cardamom and clove, each with their own nature, become truly powerful when they meet. Alone, cardamom is calming, opening the vessels, easing digestion, preparing the body with quiet readiness. Alone, clove is fiery, awakening the heart, strengthening circulation, and sparking endurance. Together, they form a union that balances relaxation with stimulation, softness with strength. Science helps us understand why this pairing is so effective. The essential oils of cardamom contain compounds that relax smooth muscles and reduce internal tension. This allows blood to flow freely, preventing premature strain. At the same time, clove, rich in eugenol, enhances the force of circulation, ensuring that once the vessels are open, the blood moves with vigor. One creates the path, the other drives the flow. This is synergy in its purest form. For men, this harmony translates into both control and endurance. Cardamom reduces the anxiety that often shortens performance, while clove strengthens the nerves and sustains energy. When calm meets power, the body achieves balance. Control is no longer a struggle, it becomes a natural outcome. Moments that once felt rushed now expand, giving space for deeper connection. The digestive benefits of both spices also reinforce their union. Cardamom lightens the stomach, clove warms it, together preventing the heaviness that often steals energy during intimacy. The body feels lighter, more agile, more willing to respond. The mind, reassured by the ritual of preparation, enters the moment with confidence rather than doubt. Tradition may not have known the chemical language of synergy, but it understood the result. In ancient households, these spices were often used side by side, blended in teas, sweets, and remedies. Modern men can rediscover this wisdom with simple practice: 2 cardamoms and 2 cloves before intimacy, chewed slowly or brewed gently in water. The simplicity of the method hides the depth of its effect. The message of this balanced union is clear. Strength does not come from force alone, nor from calmness alone. It emerges when both are present together. Cardamom and clove remind us that nature often designs balance through pairs, each compensating for the other, each amplifying the other. And when we honor that design, the body regains what time has tried to take away. The body responds not only to chemistry, but also to the signals of the mind. When a man prepares himself with cardamom and clove, the act is more than the release of essential oils. It becomes a ritual. Rituals have power because they mark a transition, a line between ordinary time and sacred time. By chewing 2 cardamoms and 2 cloves before intimacy, a man tells his body and his mind that something important is about to begin. Psychology calls this conditioning. The brain associates the taste, the aroma, and the act itself with readiness and confidence. Over time, the ritual becomes an anchor. Anxiety fades because the mind remembers past success. The body responds not only to the nutrients in the spices, but also to the certainty created by repetition. What was once a moment of doubt transforms into a moment of focus. Anxiety is one of the greatest obstacles to male performance. Fear of failure, pressure to satisfy, the restless thought that time will run out, these shadows shorten endurance more than physical weakness. But when a ritual is present, the mind has something steady to hold. The slow chewing of spice, the warmth that spreads, the knowledge that the body is being prepared, these sensations replace fear with calm expectation. Confidence is born in this space. With confidence, the nervous system relaxes, allowing better control. With calmness, the partner senses assurance and connection deepens. The ritual thus benefits not only the man himself, but also the shared experience. What seems like a small habit ripples outward into trust, intimacy, and satisfaction. Science supports this truth. Studies show that routines lower cortisol, the stress hormone, and improve parasympathetic activity, the branch of the nervous system that allows rest and control. A calm nervous system combined with strong circulation creates the perfect condition for endurance. So the ritual is more than habit. It is preparation of body and mind. It transforms spices into symbols, anxiety into confidence, and fleeting moments into lasting connection. In the simplicity of habit lies a strength as real as any medicine. As years pass, the body changes in ways that cannot be ignored. Muscles lose their firmness, joints lose their flexibility, and stamina no longer feels infinite. For men beyond 60, these changes become more visible in moments of intimacy. What was once effortless now demands care. Yet this does not mean pleasure must fade. It means that wisdom must replace force, and posture becomes as important as desire itself. Medical science explains why. During intimacy, the heart rate rises, blood pressure shifts, and joints bear sudden weight. In younger years, the body absorbs this stress with ease. In later years, the same actions may cause breathlessness, back pain, or fatigue. The solution is not withdrawal, but adaptation. Choosing the right position reduces strain, conserves energy, and allows the moment to last longer without discomfort. One of the most recommended positions for older men is female on top. Here the man lies back while the partner leads movement. The benefit is clear. Pressure on the spine, hips, and knees is reduced. The man conserves energy and maintains relaxation, while the partner controls speed and depth. This shared control not only prolongs endurance, but also strengthens emotional connection. Eye contact, gentle touch, and closeness become central, turning the experience from performance into communion. Another position advised by therapists is the side-by-side spooning posture. Both partners lie on their side with the man embracing from behind. This minimizes physical effort, lowers strain on joints, and allows slower, more tender rhythm. It is especially suited for men with back, hip, or shoulder discomfort. Because energy is preserved, intimacy can be sustained for longer. The closeness of bodies, the warmth of skin-to-skin contact, creates a deep sense of security and affection. These postures show that intimacy in later life is not about proving stamina, but about cultivating comfort and connection. By lowering physical demands, the mind relaxes and pleasure expands. Anxiety about control fades when the body feels no pressure to perform beyond its limit. In fact, many couples report that intimacy in their later years becomes more fulfilling because it emphasizes closeness rather than endurance alone. The message is simple. Age does not take away intimacy, it only reshapes it. By adapting posture and conserving strength, men can continue to experience deep satisfaction. The golden years are not a decline, but a shift in focus, from proving strength to enjoying connection. When posture and age are respected together, intimacy remains not only possible, but profoundly rewarding. At the end of this journey, one truth rises clearly. Male strength is not lost forever with age, it only changes form. What weakens can be renewed, what fades can be rekindled, and what seems ordinary can reveal extraordinary power. Two small spices, cardamom and clove, carry within them the wisdom of centuries and the confirmation of modern science. One calms, the other ignites, and together they restore balance to body and mind. But their value is more than chemistry. They remind us that discipline and ritual matter, that strength grows when the mind is prepared, when anxiety gives way to confidence, when the body is treated with respect. They remind us too that age does not end intimacy, it reshapes it. With the right posture, the right habits, and the right perspective, pleasure becomes deeper, not weaker. The lesson is timeless. Do not search only for what is expensive or complex, for often the answer lies in what is near, simple, and overlooked. Do not fear the passing of years, for each stage of life offers its own form of intimacy and joy. And do not underestimate the power of small seeds, for within them is the strength to transform. So take this knowledge not as mere advice, but as an invitation to embrace simplicity, to honor your body, and to discover that vitality is never truly lost. It waits in the quiet gifts of nature, ready to return when you are ready to receive it.